This movie begins with a construction area where two individuals find a tunnel. Here they decided to open up, assuming a treasure would be for them. They break the tunnel's door and figure out many skeletons in the stinky area. The creepy thing is that they saw a creature still alive and ready to attack. A mysterious creature attacked them and bit one of them. After killing, the creature peels off another person's skin and kills him mercilessly. In the following scene, we are introduced to two main characters, Andy and his brother Terry. Both were robbers and tried to start the car, but vehicle only began when Andy attempted it. Andy always creates trouble for his brother by messing with the wrong people. They met with their comrade Mickey, who had no control over his offense. Mickey had plates in his head, that's why he hits the people with his head. Additionally, he hit his head on their car and dented it. The worker calls the bank manager in the same construction area and tells her to prepare cash. Moreover, he says he will send his men to pick up the money. As he hung up the phone, he was shouting at the people who had been killed in the tunnel. Scene switches to the old house where some lads are tormenting older men. Some people wanted to occupy this place and turn this old house into another building. This place was a shelter for many aged people. Meanwhile, Andy and his brother arrived, and we realized that the older man was their grandfather. He scolds them for coming late. We also learn that their parents have died. The older man also removes the luxury apartment board in front of his house. His grandfather was in the Navy and gave them lessons to do something meaningful. These boys are presenting food, and older people have many things to discuss while having lunch. In the next scene, Andy and his brother want to do something for these people. They also remembered that their parents shot themselves because they fought a lot with each other. They were not role models for them. Scene shift where cop finds two dead bodies and cannot capture the criminal and situation. On the other hand, Andy and his brother sat on their vein and were ready to pick their other mates to loot the bank. First, they picked up Davey to help them with the security system because he was well aware of it. He was also caught because of his little brain. And second, we met with Katie. Katie was a locksmith and was ready to assist them. Lastly, they picked Mental Mickey, who would provide them with guns so that the robbery could be done smoothly. He distributed their guns and kept a Splendor one for himself. In the following scene, older people were dancing and merrymaking. An older man saw zombies from his binoculars. Zombies were coming toward the old house. Scene switches to 5 robbers. Many mice are in the same construction area, thus Andy has to stop the van. Andy was also prohibiting Mickey from losing his temper and not shooting. Now, they have arrived at the Phonics Bank and changed their appearance. They wore construction people's clothes and were ready to rob the bank. The bank manager took them to her office, considering them Hartman Construction. She demands forms to give them money, but they don't have any slips. Watching their confusing faces, she got doubt about them and pressed the alarm button secretively. Andy in his time also reveal his true personality and threaten her to take them to the locker. The bank manager took them to the safe, and they were bewildered by seeing a vast amount. In the next scene, when people water and pluck the plants, they see something weird. Here the scene again changes to the bank where they were going out from the bank, and then police were waiting for them. Mickey was mad, and he started shooting at the police officers. They again went inside the bank, and Mickey wanted to blast the bank. They make him stop and try to sort out the solution to this problem. In the old house, they all were dancing and enjoyed themselves. They were surrounded by zombies who attacked them. Zombies are biting on the old fellows, so Andy's grandfather cut off the zombie head with the device. They went inside and locked themselves up so that zombies couldn't enter here. In the following scene, they take 2 people hostages and come out. They knew the police would not shoot them because of hostages. When a team of robbers comes out, the situation changes abruptly. Everyone has become a zombie, and we can also see the human organs that zombies eat. They ran to their van and also took a girl inside who was begging for help. During the journey, the girl has turned into a zombie because a zombie bites her. Thus Mickey shoots her and throws her from the van. Mickey was enjoying the situation by killing zombies. The smoke appeared in the vehicle, and breathing wasn't easy. People in the old house were thinking of a secure way to come out of the old house. They decided to go from the backside door. They confronted zombies here. They again went inside, closed all the doors, and shut the window to save themselves from zombies. In the next scene, they arrive at the selected place. They saw zombies coming toward them, and Mickey shot at his arm and leg. Surprisingly, he was still alive and bit Mickey's arm. So, Katie shot at his head, but the zombie's face was stuck to his hand. They were slightly relaxed when they saw another zombie coming with her baby. They shoot at her head, and when Mickey picks up the child, he is also a zombie. It makes Mickey pissed off, and he kicks the baby and throws him away. Moreover, they make the hostages sit on the chair and watch them. They also went outside to listen to the radio to know what was happening. Mickey also removes the zombie skin from his arm with an iron hand. On the other hand, Katie tells Terry that Mickey will turn into a zombie, then it will be best if they shoot them. Terry doesn't believe it and listens to the radio where the newscaster says that the zombie virus has spread all over the East End of England. One of the male hostages threatened that he was memorizing the details and would complain when he will set free. This thing made Mickey angry, and he hit his head on his nose. Andy was worried about the old house people and what they were doing in the pandemic situation. They also decided to go to the old house and save all the old people. Scene changes in an old house where they are thinking about the way to get rid of this pathetic situation. On the other hand, Andy and his brother went to the roof and saw the disastrous condition of the city. The hostage girls plead to set them free because the police will not chase them. They also tell the hostages that it was their first experience robbing a bank. Andy and his brother does this to save the old house, and Davy wants to pay his debts. At the same time, Mickey took the key from Andy because Mickey feared that they would take his money. Mickey also takes hostages with him at gunpoint. Mickey brutally removes the head from the zombie's body when confronting the zombie. Both hostages become terrified and do as Mickey was saying to do. Scene changes to the old house where Ray saw an aged fellow taking a sunbath. Behind him, the zombie was eating the flesh of humans. Ray, Andy's grandfather, told him about the situation, but he could not hear him. Zombie heard Ray's voice and moved toward him. The old fellow also realized and tried to run but could not do it because he was too old. Mickey took them to the shabby room and bound them with an iron pillar. Zombies are banging on the glass window, and Mickey sits on the couch. The hostage girl saw that Mickey was not looking well, so she told him to untie them so they could take him to the hospital. Zombie was also damned slow to catch the old fellow. Ray and the other fellows become a team and decide to save this slow older man. Ray borrowed a wheelchair, and using the kicking and pushing method, he arrived at the senior fellow and made him sit in a wheelchair. Apart from this, other old fellows were also fighting with zombies till Ray came back with the old fellow. Luckily, they reached again to their place safe and sound. In the next scene, Andy puts the money bag in the car and faced zombies, whom their team members killed with shooting and tools. Another zombie has also arrived, but they killed him again by shooting. Mickey has slept, and hostages are trying to untie themselves. Meanwhile, Mickey woke up, but he had become a zombie. He attacks the hostages. A girl screams, and Andy's team is ready to protect them. They shot at Mickey's head, but it was useless because there were iron plates in his head. Thus they put a bomb in his mouth, exploding, killing many zombies. Nevertheless, the male hostage holds the gun and decides to go to the police station. Andy warned him that Zom was behind him, but he considered it a trick. Zombies attack the male hostage and ripped his skin off abruptly. A male hostage accidentally shoots Davy, who also dies after this shoot. It was horrible when zombies were consuming the organs of male hostages. Their next target is to save the old folks and drop the female hostage at her sister's home. The old house has created a panic situation because they don't know what to do next. On the other hand, the quantity of zombies is increasing at Andy's place. Zombies broke the iron gate and got inside, and they ran to the car by killing the zombies. However, the car key was snatched by Mickey, so Andy ran inside by shooting zombies. Andy takes out the key from Mickey's half body. Another zombie girl woke up, and Andy tried to shoot her, but bullets ran out. Terry arrives and saves him at the exact moment. They reach the car where Katie had already started without a key. They headed to the female hostage's house. Scene switches to the old house where Ray wanted to fight with zombies. Zombies could enter soon because they are breaking the glass window. Another old lady suggests that we should wait because someone comes to rescue them. But Ray opposed this idea and wanted to rely on themselves to avoid a messy situation. While driving, they noticed that the whole city had turned into zombies. They arrived and noticed that the female hostage's family had also turned into zombies. So, she decided to go with them. They saw zombies divided into two groups, blue and red. They were fighting with each other, so they availed the chance and ran to their car because the zombies were busy fighting. Terry was losing hope, but all the team members encouraged him and went to Mickey's place. To fight with zombies, they needed guns, so they grabbed guns at Mickey's place. There was an extensive collection of weapons, thus they can choose whatever they want. The second problem is the van because they can't take old folk into the car. So they got a double-decker bus to move from here, and it was funny when Terry stopped the bus at a signal. There was no traffic, so he didn't need to stop the bus at any signal. They arrived at the old house that was surrounded by zombies. They can't enter like this, so the female hostage decided to divert the zombies' attention with the bus. They ran to the roof and decided to enter through the roof's entrance. Katie unlocked the lock and removed the door. They saw Ray, who was trying to attack with a dagger, thinking they were zombies. They get inside and distribute the weapons to old folk. Terry also explodes the place with the bombs. Many zombies had died, and many were still alive. Andy was fighting with his sword and killed 3 zombies with his sword. The old lady also kills the lady zombie by shooting in her head. All were fighting and killing the zombies with weapons. Meanwhile, the zombie bit the feet of the older man, but his feet were artificial, so he survived. He killed the zombie with his fake feet and went outside. They all were working like a team and killing the disgusting bastards with guns. They come out of the house and get onto the bus. The female hostage diverting the zombies' attention reached the accurate time. Meanwhile, the female hostage, Emma, tells Ray they robbed the bank. His grandpa forgives them because they risk their lives and save them. They also had $2.5 billion for them. However, Ray also threatens them not to do this again. Otherwise, they will have to face the music. Unfortunately, the bus breaks down and it stops. They decided to get on the boat and go from here because the river was near. Thus they shot at the zombie's head and reached the boat. The boat was still chained, so Ray got off from the ship and tried to unchain it. This place was surrounded by many zombies who attacked him. Ray wanted to protect them. It didn't matter if he had to sacrifice his life. However, he stylishly kills the zombies. It encourages others to jump on the expedition to fight back with zombies. They killed the zombies and went again to their boat to go from here. They all were happy because they were alive and safe. In the last scene, Ray decides to fight with zombies if they face them in any city. They will not step back and fight with them like warriors. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching.